what's happening with all my roundtable family out there. Now, look, I wanted to come back on here, man, because you know, I've learned, during the course of the last live that I did, people was jumping in the comments, right? They was flooding the comments with all kind of different crazy stuff, racial stuff and threats and all kind of stuff, man. So they cut the comment section off. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, the video ended up going out. Like, it was a number of problems all taking place at once. I know who did it. I know who's behind it. You feel me? And it's just crazy the lengths that these people would go to try to shut down and devoice the real and the righteous. You feel me? Like that is crazy to me. That is absolute craziness. But that just solidifies everything that I've been saying has been truth and on point, regardless of any hatred that I met with. And let me put this out there to YouTube too. YouTube, in no way, shape, form, or fashion, is these videos, my lives, or my word, any harassment, bullying, none of that. You feel me? We actually encourage people to be better. Hold on, y'all. Let me cut this light on so y'all can see me better. And let's hope by chance we get our video back, because last time they shut it down. Okay, there we go. Now look, man, shout out to those of y'all that's able to catch this live. I know it's a random one. I usually would just end the night the way that I did. However, being that our last live got disrupted with all that hatred, from all these people. The guy that I did a video about a few days ago in regards to the hatred that and disrespect that he showed towards Compton, right? This is the same guy that had his little fan base come over here to this round table and jump in the comments section, right? And flooded the comment section with a lot of hatred, a lot of anger and bitterness. You feel me? A lot of threats. And that's fine. Like I said, that just solidified that everything that I've been saying, I've been on point with. I didn't come here and lie about anything. I never mislead my roundtable family at all, under no circumstance. You feel me? And I've said it before and I will say it again. I will always be considered a threat to these people, because I don't come on here and spread false narratives. I don't push hatred. I don't encourage people to go out and hurt other people. Even with this guy, I don't want to see him hurt. Would I like to see him devoiced? Absolutely. Because he stands for everything that we are against. We don't come here with hatred in our heart. We come here to try to understand, gain understanding, to help others understand, and encourage each other to be better people, to build each other, not break them down and destroy them. You feel me? We don't go and report pages. We don't do none of that. But these guys, they have the open field to be able to do those type of things. Especially this guy. And again, in no way, shape, form, or fashion is this video encouraged by bullying or harassment or any of this stuff. I want to make that clear to you too. Because what happened to the last live, like, come on, man. You can't explain everything just getting shut down like that because of all those mass messages that people was putting in the chat, all from this guy. All of them come from this guy. They choose of all lies of all days tonight, well orchestrated plan. However, there was no rage, baritone in that last live. There was no racial bitterness or tension or encouraging of there. So none. I'm just simply going over stories of people that I grew up with, the people that I've seen become gang members that grew up from the sandbox that end up becoming in rival gangs and and them two communities going at it with each other, and some of these people having a certain understanding that was unwritten. This is all I bring to my round table because it happens, and people need to know that it happens. You feel me? And in relation to that, a specific race becoming part of a different race's gang. People need to know that. That's all. This is all for educational purposes. We don't do nothing but inspire to educate here at this round table. Never to harass, never to bully. But here it is, you would have it that YouTube would allow us to catch a form of bullying by allowing these people to flood my comment section with all this hatred, and then shut down the whole production. They shut down the comment section. I couldn't see none of the stuff. However, my moderators hollered at me behind the scenes and let me know that it was a lot going on in that chat. A lot of hatred, a lot of bitterness. I can't even get into the chat right now. I can't see it. YouTube has done whatever they did with it. You feel me? So, I mean, for us to have to suffer here at this round table for doing nothing, and a person with a bigger platform can encourage others to go to another person's page and put all those hateful things inside his comment section just to get his video shut down. That's crazy. When we did nothing wrong. That's what I'm saying about YouTube, bro. This is politically driven. You feel me? Shout out to all the people that did make the live that's in the chat right now. Pam, what's up with you, sis? Salute. I'm glad you was able to make the live. Love and respect to you. Byron, what's up, fam? I love and respect to you. He said happy Taco Tuesday, for sure, for sure. Pam said hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, please. Byron said that's how they are. Crazy ass people. Yeah, bro. Hey, fanatics. Pam said, oh, that's what was going on. Miss Golden and Jada held it down. Yeah, they was trying to hold it down, man. And they were saying it just became too much. It was so many people jumping up in there, putting all that stuff in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Freedom Ain't Cheap said, can you talk about the CCO or Blue Notes from when you went to the pen? I talked about that I think yesterday's show. Right? It was still a few of those guys around, that had influence. However, it wasn't as strong as it was like before. I came to prison in 91, 92. So, I pretty much came at the ass end of all that, right? Well, not the ending, but because they, like I said, they were still around. Those were still doing their recruiting or whatnot. More so the Blue Notes than the CCOs. But I was never recruited into that. Nobody ever tried to. It was only one situation, like I told y'all, where I felt like this dude was trying to make an attempt at recruiting me by allowing me to know that he was part of this structure, right? And we were cellies, and he was an older dude from my hood. So when he told me this, I took great offense to it. And I told y'all that story. I believe it was either yesterday or the day before, right? On if I was ever recruited into one of the prison Crip gangs or not, in which I wasn't. Let me repeat, in which I wasn't, which is why I don't really go into all of that when it comes to that, because like I've said, I feel like that's above my pay grade, being that I was never personally into that. You feel me? So there's not much knowledge that I can give to you as far as, how they really got down in full detail, because that was a part of a structure that I wasn't part of. You feel me? However, I know dudes that was part of these structures, and from what I knew of them, they just carried themselves a certain way. And They wasn't quick. These dudes that was really up under that, they wasn't quick to volunteer, you know, information about if they was part of these structures or not for a specific reason that I pointed out to y'all that they can be considered part of the STG. And once they put you up under the STG, you can get an indeterminate shoe program behind that. You feel me? Because they feel like it's a orchestrated inside gang that's specifically aimed at going against the police authority, and they felt that anybody that fell up under one of these structures that had any type of say so or power, and again, you had a lot of dangerous brothers, man, that was around in those days. So if they felt you was a threat, they was throwing you in the hole, and you didn't have to be part of the CCO or Blue Note or any of that. You could have been BGF that fell up under the STG. You could have been a Aryan brother. You could have definitely been a Mexican mafia. That's why you had a lot of those dudes that was in the shoe programs for years with indeterminate shoes for years back there for 20, 25 years straight, living in a straight dungeon underground. They kept them back there for all those years because they felt like they had enough political influence throughout the jailhouses, more so than any authority figure would ever have. So they tried to break them down by taking the head dudes and throwing them in the shoe programs with indeterminate shoes. So anything that was going on in the main lines, they would try to put on those guys back there. They felt they had enough influence and was figuring out different ways to communicate. So they was trying to put anything that was going on in the main line on them dudes that was already back there in the shoes, and just kept extending their shoe program, which was foul. Because in a lot of the cases, it didn't have stuff that was going on in the main line. It had nothing to do with a lot of the stuff that was going on with these guys back there that was already in Pelican Bay shoe and Court shoe and Tehachapi shoe and all that. You feel me? Stuff just on the main lines, bro. Back then, by chance, a ride can just kick off for no reason, just by chance. You feel me? You got crazy people on both sides. You feel me? I've said that before. I'll say it again. And it don't take nothing for a ride to start. I remember a ride started over a handball on the yard. A handball went on one side. They was trying to get the handball back. It was a back and forth behind that, and bam, a ride started behind that, where multiple people got stabbed up. I've seen it happen just, you know, sporadically, spur of the moment, bam. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Salute to all my roundtable family. Love and appreciate all of y'all for showing up back. I'm doing this live for y'all because I didn't get to see none of the comments. Like I said, during that last live, they shut down the comments. They shut down the video. I couldn't see myself, and definitely couldn't see none of y'all comments. Thankfully, I wasn't able to see the haters that jumped in there and was filling up the comment section with all that hatred, which is why I believe they shut that live down. You feel me? But we will not be persuaded by hatred, because we don't come here with hatred in our hearts. We don't come here with hatred as our focus. We don't do none of that. You feel me? We come here to gather understanding. You know what I mean? Gather understanding, like with truth, with honesty, with sincerity. Whether I'm talking about the Hispanics, whether I'm talking about the whites, whether I'm talking about the blacks, others, I don't come here to do no disrespect of anybody. I don't come here to encourage anybody to hurt anybody, threaten anybody, go out and break laws, commit crimes. I don't encourage, and I'm completely against any of that. Gang banging, any of that. I'm completely against it. Y'all that's familiar with this platform and been here at the round table with me, y'all know we've been very consistent in that. However, every time somebody like myself tries to make an attempt at developing a righteous voice for the righteous people that really want to know real history, right? There's haters that's out there that's trying to take their snipe shots at you. And that's what's happening to me. But like I've said before, and I will continue to say, right, there has to be sacrifice, because the truth Once the truth is out there, you can't deny it, you can't dispute it, you can't get rid of it. So with them trying to shut down the videos and spread this hatred towards me and this platform, right? The videos is out there, the people is aware, and we will not stop. Point blank, period. And we don't have to come here to stir up controversy to be relevant. You feel me? Us sticking to the script, standing on true code of ethics, we will not lose. No matter how much y'all try to flag the videos and you know what I'm saying? No matter how much hatred y'all try to jump in the chat with, hey, we are not gonna be stopped, bro. See, this family, once it was formed, this family is bonded together, man. We stuck like Chuck together. I'm a representative of my people here at this round table like they are of me. So even though y'all trying to take y'all little snipe shots at me, my round table family already exists. The word is already out. We know what the real is now. Point blank, period. DayQ, what's up, little bro? Hey, I need to holler at you, and I'm definitely gonna holler at you a little bit later because I need your assistance on something. Very important. I know you're very busy. I know you got a very busy schedule, especially with the kids. Outside of that, the other projects that you got going on, in which I can't wait to have you on the show to talk about that, man, because people is gonna be amazed at the things that you've been able to accomplish. You feel me? I know I'm always amazed. You feel me? So much love to you. I appreciate you forever, Brody. Freedom Ain't Cheap said, did BGF ever slip a note under your door? No. By the time I made it to prison, the BGF was still around, and but the BGF had like a certain dislike. I'm gonna keep it real. This is just from my perspective, from what I've seen, right? No disrespect to the BGFs or none of that stuff, right? But from the ones that I encountered over the years in prison, especially like when I first came, they had like a certain dislike for, I'm gonna say, Crips. I only can speak for Crips. You know what I'm saying? They were structured different. And this is from my personal experience. You feel me? Everybody's experience with people is not gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? So let me make that clear. But from my experience of dealing with a few of them, yeah, they didn't appreciate Crips too much. Like I said, man, we had a lot of people that despised us, that disliked us being Crips, you know, because we looked at ourselves as our own entities, and what nobody gonna overstep that, rule it, none of that. You feel me? And we felt like we was just, that strong to be able to push like that, in which we did. And as far as them slipping a note under my door, I don't know if the BGF did it like that. I don't think they did it like that. The life and times of the uncarved man, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Triple gang, send all my love to you, bro. For real, for real. Brian Atkins said, damn dog, Corcoran 15 years. Brian Atkins said, when you going home? Hey, we still waiting on that right now, Brody. We still waiting. You feel me? When I know, all my round table family, all y'all gonna know when I know. I promise you that. Y'all go through the whole experience with me. I see they trying to jump in the chat again, huh? Shout out to Face the Music, man. I send my love and respect to you, bro. Glad you was able to make the live. Salute to you. Dexter Robinson said, we back in this thing. They hate on us coming together because that goes against their plan of us holding one another down. That is absolutely true, Dexter Robinson. That is all facts, bro. Which is why they still trying to jump the chat right now. Start sniping them down when y'all see them jump in the chat with any hate. Anything that's our round table family, get rid of them off the top. Don't give them no chance to jump in here with no hatred, spread none of that. You feel me? Byron said it's just hate. Sadly, it's absolute hate, bro. They gonna continue to hate. Because I'm gonna always be looked at as a threat to these people. You know what I'm saying? And as long as the truth is getting exposed out there, they gonna keep jumping in, trying to derail this. But again, the message is there already. My roundtable family know what time it is. You feel me? DayQ said facts, positivity over negativity always. Absolutely. You know it, DayQ. You know it. And that's the mission. That's always been the mission, bro. Pam said your voice and testimony is needed here. Hey, Pam, hey, salute to you, man. I appreciate you saying that. All love, all respect to you. All our voices. My voice really ain't nothing without y'all voice to add to it. When y'all voices is adding to it and everybody is showing up to this round table, showing the love and respect, you know what I'm saying, and building each other and what y'all do, because all y'all got great, unique minds. Hey, man, we making each other strong. So all our voices is needed as one, all of us. No reparations, no votes said. I see those views are going up. Keep grinding, bro. Yeah, man. Thankfully by the blessings of all my roundtable family. You feel me? And the people that is contemplating on becoming part of the family, please hit the subscription button. It don't cost you nothing, to become part of this family. You feel me? We are here to build each other. We are here to simply give out accurate information, the truth, and dispel all the false narratives that's being thrown out there. As much as these people want the world to be 50-50 and PC, right? Hey, it don't have to be that. You feel me? And that's what we are here to let our people know. It don't have to be that, bro. You have a better choice, in my humble opinion. DayQ said, I got you. Thank you, bro. The life and times of the Uncarved said, waiting in the bushes, in the comments section, lurking for negativity. For sure, man. Snipe them down. As soon as you see them, snipe them down. No reparations, no votes said, hit that thumbs up. Fire is free. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Amazing expectations said, what up? What up, bro? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Send my love and respect to you as always. For real. Hey, man. But yeah, we not gonna be persuaded by no BS. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be persuaded by no haters, nobody that's trying to cause division. You feel me? Or none of that. Because I've seen people saying different things in the comment sections as far as, my approach on my response to this guy that expressed harsh criticism for Compton, right? And to each his own. Everybody is entitled to feel how they want to feel, right? So am I. I have that same entitlement as well, right? And for the most part, the people that I did see making comments in regards to that video, right? For the most part, everybody was positive, with the exception of a couple, right? And again, that's to be expected. You feel me? But this is something that people need to understand, bro. Just because I'm in the place where I'm at means absolutely nothing. Means absolutely nothing. Are y'all familiar with that poem that Tupac wrote called The Rose That Grew from Concrete? And how he broke down the meaning behind his inspiration for that poem? Right? Hey, true facts. Think about it. It don't matter. It's all about the message. It's all about the intent. The outer shell means absolutely nothing. It's what's inside of it that got it pushing strong and going strong and issuing out vibrant energy that's attracting the same energy that's building and strengthening each and every time it gets to expose itself. It can't be stopped. It can't be silenced. It can't be scared. It can't be bullied. It can't be threatened. None of that. Because it's so strong on the inside of that ugly outer shell. And it gets stronger every day. Because guess what? It's able to exist outside that shell and get to y'all. Y'all beautiful people that want to hear the real, that want the real so they can give this to their family, their kids and nieces and nephews, brothers and sisters that need this shit. Okay, if everybody is entitled to their opinion, that's fine. But a person that has been a victim, that's motivated by being a victim for the things that he once stood for, like I do. He once stood just as strong as I do for the same exact rules and regulations and guidelines. Now go so hard with so much hatred and bitterness in them because they felt like they got cheated out the game for whatever reason. They felt like they should have been bigger than the program. That love that once existed is now a strong hatred. Who would want to follow behind a man that's driven by hatred for something that he once stood so strong for and represented? So, to my people, to everybody that's out there that's taking this in, that's going to take it in, if you want better, if you want true survivalism, because you don't go to prison at the age of 18, do 2 years, get out, come back when you're 21, and been gone ever since for the past 30 something years, and still have a great mind, my humble opinion about myself, not to toot my own horn, but a great mind, a strong heart, genuine heart, and be able to come to a platform and deliver your testimony to your people, and your people deliver their testimonies to you. Surviving 31 years the majority of that in a maximum security level 4 mainline prison. 31 years plus. You don't survive that long by lying, being deceitful, having hatred and bitterness in your heart. You don't survive all those years, man, and still be able to come and have wonderful, beautiful, civilized, humble conversations with people of the free world. It just don't happen. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not here to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but I have to give props what props is due. I believe I deserve that. I believe I've come so long in this game of life, right, that I actually deserve to be able to pat myself on the back for not bending, breaking, and folding, and developing that hatred and bitterness that a lot of these other guys y'all see, like people jumping in the chat with all that hatred, and we know what that was inspired from, who encouraged it, right? You don't see us doing that to them. You have to have a special, deeply profound hatred deep in your heart. You have to be rotten to the core to allow yourself such bitterness for something that you stood for so long, so strongly. So y'all tell me, who would you rather message from? A person that is intent and inspiration all comes from hatred, or a person that comes from a surrounding of hatred, that's surrounded by it, right? Inspired racially, right? And still have a humbled mind and heart and want to see better for everybody. For everybody. I've seen wars. I've seen death. I've seen, you know, people really, really get hurt bad. I've lived it. So that's why I, as a man that has been through all that, can come here humbly. It's like a person that's been off the war, and went and fought for his country, how he fought it, but he didn't fold, he didn't bend. He was amongst some of his comrades. They made the ultimate pledge. They went there, they made it back. And they able to give you their experiences when they went off the war. Some of us be affected by that war. Some of us actually, I know for a fact that me being in prison for as long as I have, that's not normal. Going through some of the things that I went through is definitely not normal as far as all the violence. Not normal. Seeing a man alive 1 second and then lifeless the next, not normal. And still, I'm able to come here with a humble heart with my people and not spread hate, but truth. And that's our mission, and that's all going to be our mission here at this round table. Straight up. We not cheating our people out of nothing. Y'all get nothing but truth. Okay, let me get to some of these comments I see real quick. Then I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here, man. Matthew Brickhouse. What's up? He said, "What's up? First time in the life. Tell me what you about." Salute to you, man, for joining the live. I'm glad you are able to make it. Welcome to the Roundtable family. You feel me? If you want to know any more about me, right? I have a laundry list of videos on this channel. Please take the opportunity to go binge watch. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna learn everything that you need to know about me. Salute to you, though. I'm glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Young BA03 said, "When you coming home, OG?" Hopefully soon, bro. You feel me? Hopefully soon, man. My case is in the courts right now, so everything keep getting pushed back. It's been getting pushed back ever since they switched the main district attorney people out, man. So hopefully soon. Young BA say, "Can we hear your story? How you got in there?" Again, I did stories like as of late. Just go on my videos, go on the regular videos and scroll down, and the videos are titled as is, like what led me to prison and everything surrounding why I'm here. You feel me? So please, again, take the opportunity to go binge watch some of those videos, because I have, in my humble opinion, some pretty good content on there. Those things I've already covered, Brody. Pam says, "Still positive." Sheesh. That's a long speaks volumes. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. She said, "I don't think I could do 31 years respectfully." Man, it's difficult. It's extremely difficult. That's a number that I would never have ever in a million years would have thought that I could ever possibly do in my younger years. 31 years? Digital kills that pays bills said, "What up, OG? Hold your head, my G. Where you at in the shoe hole? Be blessed." I'm on the main line, bro, on the level 4 main line yard. Salute to you though, Brody. I appreciate you catching the live. Pam said, "You on your way out." For sure, Pam. Appreciate that. Digital kills pay that bill said, everything happens for a reason. Allah got a plan. That's why you still here. For sure, man. Hey, I believe the plan is greater than anything that you know what I'm saying, that can perceive as negative. And I believe eventually that plan is going to manifest itself as we're all going to witness it together. Jake Brown, what up, Brody? Glad you was able to make the live. I send my love and respect to you as always. Salute, salute. For sure, Pam. I appreciate that. Digital skills that pays the bill said holla at Chad Marks. He get people home. Oh, okay. Chad Marks. Young BA say, I'm 32 years old. That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy, Brody. That's crazy. The Only King said you should add tags to your videos for more views like FYP and stuff. Oh yeah, I do, bro. I just ain't did it on this one. I didn't have the chance. I didn't actually plan on being on here long, but I'll put the tags on here after I'm done with this. As a matter of fact, I'm finna get ready to get up out of here right now, man. I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know what happened on the last live that I did, man. I'm sorry y'all got cheated out of that. You feel me? The haters tried to stop what we had going on here, and we just not gonna allow it. Period. Amazing Expectations said, hey, big homie, do you have a Zelle account? I don't have Cash App or PayPal or anything like that. Just Zelle. Let me know, and I'll donate to the channel. For sure, Amazing Expectations. I appreciate you, Brody. For real, for real. Whenever we get the Zelle information, I would definitely have it put in the chat. For real, for real. But yeah, I'm finna go ahead and let y'all get back to the rest of y'all night. I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know what had happened on the last live. The haters jumped in and tried to disturb. They, flagged the video, but we will not be divorced. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I love my roundtable family. Salute to all of y'all that was able to catch this second live to follow up to the haters trying to destroy the last one. You feel me? And shout out to the ones that's able to catch this a little bit later, explaining to y'all what happened on the last video. So, we was pretty much able to get the message out on there still anyway, despite the hatred. You feel me? But on that note, I'm finna get up out of here. I love and appreciate you all, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe out there. Let the people that's in your life know you love and appreciate them while you can, because tomorrow's promised to none of us. On that note, I love all y'all. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Triple gang.